basically what one is reading in social media posts which are coming out is that, and some of the Saudi experts who have gone on channels to say that we have got left out.
Yeah.
We opened these bases, and many other countries have also said, the GCC countries are saying that we had America have bases in our countries. So there are military dumps, there are ammo dumps, there are soldiers on the ground in our countries. They are supposed to protect us. Instead, what happened was that they left their bases and we became targets, sitting ducks of the Iranians.
Yeah.
And we had no skin in the game. Many of the countries like, say, Kuwait or Jordan, or even today Turkey also, they have also been attacked.
Yeah.
So entire GCC in a state of turmoil. Did they not war game this?
Well, so originally, none of these countries in the Gulf, right, have any stakes in further destabilizing the region. Let's just understand that very well. Whether you look at the Emirati business model or the Qatari business model, I mean, they are all different in their own ways. Sitting in New Delhi, everything looks the same, right,
Sure.
sometimes. And especially if you're sort of trying to explain it to an audience who are not very familiar with the Gulf politics,
And if you
right?
see it as a consolidated whole, which it is not.
Yeah, which of course it is not, it is not a monolith. It definitely is not just this one binary called the Shia-Sunni divide. Of course,
It's
there's
not
much
a
more.
NATO, it's not a military alliance one.
It's neither a military alliance, nor is it a, society-wise, the society is very different. Their geopolitical approach is different. And part of this difference, we came to know only when we saw that there was a serious rift between Saudi Arabia and UAE, which also went on to, show that these two, the golden couple of the Gulf, had its own problems that perhaps we did not know of. Which basically, the fact that I'm trying to sort of underscore here is that that is not a monolith at all, right? So they have their different ways of looking at geopolitics, their relationship, with the US, their relationship with Israel, etc. Like, for example, UAE now and Israel have more and more convergence. They have already normalized their ties back from the Trump 1 Abraham Accords, that normalization. But, for instance, Saudi Arabia and Israel have not normalized their ties. They were in the process of normalizing their ties when the Hamas attack happened. And now, of course, everything is now on the Palestinian state question. Now they've... So, I mean, so on and so forth. But coming back, what I wish to, explain here is that the Gulf countries have no interest in seeing further destabilization in the region, right? They already have a lot of destabilization. Look at Syria, right? After Assad fell in Syria, of course, as long as Assad was there, or all the violence was within the country. When Assad fell, you saw that Turkey came and started dominating the northern part. Israel dominates the southern part,
Terrorism.
right? And then there is, of course, so many other militia groups that are operating there. Lebanon right now is destabilized because there are Hezbollah outfits there, and Hezbollah has also sort of declared that they joined the war, and now Israelis are bombing Lebanon. Israelis have been bombing Lebanon for the last 1 year because Hezbollah is hiding there. You remember what happened in the 12-day war. I mean, wo to hai apni jagah. But other than that, there are like America is also bombing Shia militias in Iraq. So there is already so much instability in the region. Why would they want more instability? Okay, their business model wants to have stability. Their business model wants to have, network-centric sort of, convergences here and there. And that is how I2U2 was, came out of it. That's how IMEC came out of it, right? Because they understood that they have to go out. They have to sort of step out of this spiral and cycle of violence.
Body blow to both IMEC and I2U2, I think.
That's for the time being, it's over. I mean, look at they've been bombing Chabahar. So,
Chabahar,
I mean, from our
yes.
perspective, of course, it's a gone case. But just coming back, because the question was on whether the Gulf states wanted to sort of, get this. See, what the Gulf states understand is that the proxies, the access of proxies is destabilizing for the entire region. Nobody wants to get their hands dirtied. Everybody wants Israelis to do the dirty job or the Americans to do the dirty job, as long as it's not coming to their borders. There was one little slip until last year, or was it like early this year? Yeah, definitely last year, when Israel attacked Hamas leaders that were hiding in Qatar. Which actually sort of led to a massive uproar in the region, and Qataris said that how are we going to, depend on you at all when you are allowing Israel to do something like this. So as long as it was not really affecting their borders, their territories, their investments, they were like, you do it, we look the other side, okay, like that. But I think the manner in which things have been escalating, right, and the manner in which things have been going, I mean, IRGC is almost going rogue, in terms of perpetrating violence here and there. They do understand that BB is not going to stop till the time he reaches a particular point that is roughly can be called a culmination point, roughly can be called some kind of a closure. Okay. So they have understood it well. Now we know there is intelligence that behind the scenes they were trying to, some sections are saying that they were actually egging the Americans and the Israelis to finish
Saudi
it.
was.
Yeah, Saudi was, to finish it off, although diplomatically they were saying that we don't have anything to do with it. But look at Oman. I mean, you feel bad for
Who's
the
going
Omanis.
to fund his vanity projects if oil comes down so low? So he wants the oil.
Yeah, that's one thing, right? But also because, look at Oman. Oman really invested in a lot of this mediation, right? I mean, we know because when the Omanis were here in town recently, like a month back, there was this India-Oman dialogue happening in New Delhi. I mean, the Omanis were very mindful of not letting, this get out of hand, etc. So they really invested. But Iran landed up hitting Oman as well.
That was, I think, towards the third day.
Yeah, towards the third day. Now, Iran is saying...
Oman, and yesterday it was, or this morning it was Turkey.
They have hit almost everybody. They have made an enemy out of everybody. And if you ask me, this is... Okay, so... Like on the one hand, it looks like strategic stupidity and absurdity, because why would you want to make an enemy out of everyone, right? One. And two, wouldn't it be better for them to drive a wedge between them and Americans and saying that, listen, we are not targeting you, but basically we are targeting these evil Americans, okay? But they didn't do it. So one plausible explanation is that they are now trying to bring the war to their populations and tell them that your leaders have, failed you by siding with the Americans and siding with the Zionists. And so it's also sort of, somewhere delegitimizing the regimes that are operating in these very stable Gulf countries.
Can it work?
I'm saying this could be one plausible explanation.
I'm just asking you.
I don't think so.
Not with the population.
I don't think so. Not with the population. You know why? Because Iran, the manner in which they have killed, they have been on a rampage. Between December 2025, when the protests broke out in the bazaar, I'll tell you, why the bazaar is so significant, which is like the merchant class in Iran, until now, which this particular operation, Epic Fury, started 28th February, right? Between end of December and end of February, they've killed more than 40,000 people. Of their own people. I mean, they have not left anything to anybody's imagination. It is a hollowed out regime. Every time, because the power centers are so diverse, and if looking at IRGC is not just about securitizing the state and all. IRGC is also about defending the revolution.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा।
The issue is, टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है।
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब।
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप।
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI, it does not lie.